If you've been following this channel for any amount of time, you'll know that we're just coming up on the 6th month of owning a static caravan on site. And apart from the initial cost of the van to start with, and the transfer fees and a year's site fees in advance, we've also spent quite a lot of money on this van, upgrading it to make it just the way that we want it. But some news has come to light over the last couple of days, and I'm not sure if I should be worried or not. So after investing quite a lot of money into this static caravan, the news that we heard over the last couple of days was a bit worrying. Apparently, the caravan site is now up for sale. And I don't know what that means for the future, if I'm honest, because we've never been in this position before. But for whatever reason, it has gone up for sale. As far as I know at the moment, there isn't any buyers, but the fact that it's being offered at is what raises concerns. And I think a big concern is, are the site fees going to go up by a lot if somebody else takes over this site? Or will they stay more or less the same? It's bound to raise a lot of questions over the next few months because people don't know where they stand. It could be nothing at all. It could be a case of it won't sell for quite a while, or it could sell quite quickly. But more to the point, it depends on who actually purchases it. But hopefully they'll not try and upset the apple cart too much, too soon. Everybody expects a rise in site fees on an annual basis, and usually it's somewhere around 3.6% to cover cost of living. So I'm kind of hoping that that's going to be the same case when somebody takes over this site. Apart from that, it's the caravans that are on here as well. If you've seen the previous videos, you'll know that there's been quite a lot of different vans come onto the site recently. But I have noticed one thing in particular about every one that's come on. And I'll just give you a quick look at the newest one that's come on. It came on yesterday, and it's right next door to this van. It's a bit of a miserable day today, but I'll just give you a quick look at this new van that's come on. It's stunning as well. Really nice looking van, that. But if you look at the roof of this van, you'll notice that a lot of these vans that's come on over the last few weeks have all got the same type of roof, whereas ours is the old type. And there is one or two vans on this site that have got that same type of roof. I just wanted to show you that new van that came on site a couple of days ago, right next door to ours. Absolutely stunning. But it was the roof that caught my attention. We've had around 4 vans that's come on this site just recently, and every single one has had those type of roof, and ours is the old type. So it could be something else that might need thinking about. Are they wanting to upgrade the site to have newer vans on, or higher spec vans? Because once again, if that's the case, it kind of leaves you in a bit of a position. We've only just bought this van, and we've only had it for the last 6 months. So we're not really in a position where we want to upgrade to a new van. We'd lose too much money. We've already invested about 14 grand into this, including everything that we've bought. So I don't want to even have to think about getting rid of this one to upgrade to a new one. But once again, it's something that we don't know. Maybe they're just filling up all the empty plots, because apparently there's another one coming on right across from me, and I think that's coming on next week as well. Be interesting to see what type of van that is, although I do suspect it's going to be another quite nice one with that same type of roof. So it could be just a case of they're just trying to fill the plots up, ready for the new season. Because when this new one goes on next week, just across from me, that only leaves 1 plot left on the entire site. So they're moving new vans on that are in better condition, and obviously they'll be newer by year as well than the one we've got, and 1 or 2 others as well on site. Is that something that's going to cause a problem later down the line? Will the site fees go up quite a lot, or will they just stay the same as they do most years? But we'll not know that until the site actually sells. And of course it will be dependent on who buys it as well. Maybe it's somebody who owns a lot of small sites, or is it going to be bought by a big company? Because big companies tend to want to make big changes. There is also a chance that maybe they want to make it into a residential site, which suits me perfectly if that's what people want to do, or they might want to just keep it as an holiday park. I think over the next few months there's going to be lots and lots of questions popping into people's heads, because coming up to end of the year, it's good to know exactly where you stand, especially since over the next couple of months those site fees will be up for renewal, and currently they stand at $3,000 for a year. I'm hoping at least that stays same for now. Another thing that crossed my mind as well is, if another company purchases this caravan site, are they going to want to bring in their own staff? Because me and wife both work on this site for the company that presently own it, but that is something else that could change. If they've got their own team of workers, that could also put me out of a job. So once again, I'm hoping that that's not going to be the case. If you've seen previous videos, once again, you'll know that I do a good standard of work on this site, and I know the order in which to do it to get it done as quick as possible, because I only get 15 hours a week to maintain the entire site, and that does include the pub area as well. So to be able to maintain that to a really good standard in just a few hours a week, maybe that will cut me a bit of slack if they're considering getting a new team of workers in. I always say that if it's not broke, don't try and fix it. So hopefully will keep us jobs if there is any drastic changes to be made in future. But of course it's always going to be a concern, and we know that it's an holiday park and it's not a residential park, so you don't live on here all year long. But if you've just bought a van on an holiday park that you're going to be using a lot of time through summer, and then all these changes start happening, it just makes you wonder that in a year's time, will we still have a van on this site, or will we have to buy something more expensive? And because this channel is based on our own personal situation because of what happened 5 months ago, we've done a series of videos like this that show you how we've coped with one thing and another from beginning to where we are now, all the upgrades that we've made to this van to try and make it more comfortable, and also to put it in a position where if we decide we want to stay in it for any amount of time through winter, it should be up to standard to allow us to do that. Of course, we're not going to be spending the entire winter in this caravan because we've got other places that we can go. But this is a 12-month caravan site, so you're allowed to come back to your van at any point during the whole year. You just can't consistently stay here all the time. But some sites are 10 months, and I think there's some that's only 9. Some places shut down in November and then they don't reopen again until March. Is that something else that might change as well? Once again, another question that I haven't got the answer to at the moment, but as soon as I start getting answers to these questions, I will be making an updated video and letting everybody know what my situation is at the moment. So basically that's why I've made this video today. We've only owned this caravan for just coming up to 6 months, and already the changes are starting, because to invest that amount of money into a static caravan and already have to start worrying about your own situation in future in less than a year is not good. I will definitely let everybody know what the situation is. And apart from that, thank you so much for everybody's comments over the last few days. Really appreciate all your input, and I am still thinking about getting a dehumidifier, as quite a few people have said over the last couple of days. They're not over expensive to buy, and I'm also going to get a couple of different heaters. I think I'm going to put another heater in the hallway of this caravan as well, because I noticed over the last few days, since these temperatures have dropped down quite a bit, when you leave this living room and walk into that hallway, you can definitely feel a difference. So I'm thinking about getting a couple of pipe heaters and putting one in that hallway and one in the toilet as well, because they don't take up a lot of space, and from what I've read, they don't cost a lot to run. But they're all plans to be done over the next few days to further upgrade this van ready for those winter weeks. And anything else, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Fingers crossed and hope for the best. Anyway, thank you so much for being part of the channel. I really do appreciate it. And if you want to see what happens in future regarding this caravan on this site, then please hit that subscribe button, press that notifications bell, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.